Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Riley, and in this video I'm going to talk about why I think 12 gauge shotguns may or may not be the best form of home defense, self-defense. So in this video, obviously these are my opinions only. So if you disagree with what I say in this video, please leave a comment down in the comments section and let's talk it out and maybe come to a solution on what we think is the best option for home defense. So first of all, let me define some things here. When I say home defense, I'm talking about, obviously a weapon that you use in order to defend your house from intruders or threats that enter your house, whether it be robbers, burglars, maybe just someone that's, lost it and is going on a killing spree. Doesn't really matter. Home defense is just exactly like it sounds. Something that you use to defend your home. Lots of people opt for pistols. Some people think shotguns are the best. And there's this preconceived notion that's always been around that shotguns are the best. You've always seen in movies like an old grandma comes out with a big shotgun, and she can even the old grandma in the movies can blast away the home invaders. And I think that's just kind of a generalization of home defense. And from the movies, everyone's like, oh, if you hear that sound, if you hear that sound, then everybody's gonna be. The burglars are just going to run, and hide and everything like that. So I guess we're going to start that off with the video. We're going to start that off with, I personally don't believe you should even be able to, pump the shotgun, because if you're doing that, that means you don't have a round in the chamber. And everyone that I talk to and everyone I kind of talk about shooting with, I always tell them I believe that you should always have a round in the chamber, because that split-second difference could make the difference between you being able to shoot the home invader or them getting to you. For example, this is just a Mossberg shotgun. Let me move the camera. So for example, if I have this gun laying underneath my bed and empty chamber, you're going to be like, oh, you'll definitely have enough time to grab the gun from under the bed. You'll have enough time to you'll have enough time to pump it, put a round in the chamber. But what if you don't? Same thing applies with the pistol. And this is unloaded. This is my shield. I'll unload it because I always keep it loaded because it's my everyday carry. And I know, okay. So same thing applies to a pistol. If I don't keep this thing loaded, and someone breaks in and I have to go reach for my pistol, rack the slide, put a round in the chamber, that's just an extra step that you're adding to when you're already tired. It might be the middle of the night. So, and it's also very possible that you might be confused or disorientated. So because your adrenaline's probably going to be out, pumping away like crazy. So if you grab your pistol and, the chamber is completely empty because that's how you carry it, you might go to shoot the gun and you'll see that it's not firing because there's no round in the chamber, and you'll freak out. And that could cost you your life. Whereas if you always practice good gun safety and you keep a round in the chamber, all you have to do is grab your sidearm, identify the threat, and shoot. And that's why I always say, if you can't carry with a round in the chamber, then don't carry at all. Same thing applies with the shotgun here. If you don't feel comfortable with carrying, or at least storing this gun with a round in the chamber, then why do you even have the shotgun, right? Obviously, maybe with the shotgun I would recommend keeping the safety on. But, it's super easy to manipulate the safety on most shotguns. But, like I said, storing this gun with the round in the chamber, I 100% recommend it. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then you either need more gun training or you need to take more safety classes, because I can keep this 12 gauge loaded all I want, and as long as I keep my finger off the trigger, this gun's not going to go off. I can rack it, and I can have a round in the chamber, and I can throw this off a 100-foot building, and the gun's not going to go off. As long as you do not pull that trigger, the gun will not go off. So that's basically the first part of my rant, is keep your gun ready and accessible in case a home invasion happens. For me, if I was using this gun as my home defense, that means I would keep it under my bed, round in the chamber, and me personally, I would keep the safety off, so I could just, if something happened, I could literally just reach down, grab the gun, and go to work. And that totally depends on how safe you feel or how comfortable you are with the weapon. But that's just me. I carry my shield with the safety off, round in the chamber, 100% ready to go. But that's because I'm comfortable with it. If you're not comfortable yet, then you need more training. So the majority of this video, I wanted it to be about the title. Is a shotgun really the best home defense weapon? I have a list in my head of pros and cons of why you shouldn't use a shotgun in a home defense situation. Number one, I guess the first pro advantage over a pistol is spread / shot placement. So say I'm using my shield as my home defense weapon. Chances are, if someone breaks in and something's really happening, I'm not going to be very accurate with this, because number one, it's a pistol. Number two, if you compare if you shoot a 9mm and a 12 gauge, you'll notice that the hole from the 9mm is a lot smaller. So that means you have to be a lot more accurate with a pistol versus a shotgun. So that's one thing you have to take into account. If you're using a pistol as your home defense weapon, are you going to be able to wake up in the middle of the night disorientated, groggy, and sleepy, and be able to place a shot on target with this gun? Lots of people probably will say no. Whereas a shotgun, if you grab this 12 gauge shotgun, even if you're half asleep, your eyes are like shut from being asleep, and you're all disorientated, your adrenaline's probably pumping. Even though you'll be half asleep, you could probably still hit most targets with the 12 gauge, just because the spread is so much, and if you're using double aught buck, you don't have to worry about getting a single shot into the target. The gun just spreads. So I would give an advantage to the shotgun, because under high adrenaline, disorientated states, in the middle of the night, it'll be much easier to shoot a threat in your home with a shotgun versus a pistol. That's just, you cannot argue with that. It is a lot easier shooting a shotgun, close range, especially when you just woke up in the middle of the night. Second part is maneuverability. So say you have someone breaks into your house and you have to go downstairs or wherever they are. Is your weapon big enough, too big to maneuver through your hallways? Obviously a pistol might have an advantage here, because you can easily maneuver through the hallways and check who's there. Pistols are small. A shotgun, on the other hand, I would say most shotguns don't have a folding stock like this. Most shotguns have a fixed stock, so they are a lot larger than a pistol, and they are harder to maneuver through hallways and other areas of your house. This one obviously has a folding stock, so that means I can easily maneuver as well. But obviously the pistol due to the size, is going to be easier to maneuver through a house. So, I mean, I would probably give the point to the pistol in this case, but still, if you have a folding stock or a very short barrel shotgun like those Shockwaves, or you can find really short, small shotguns. And if that's the case, then that's definitely the way to go. And like I said, this one is pretty short because the stock folds out like this. That's the full length stock. And then this obviously reduces the length so you can maneuver through the hallways a lot easier. So maneuverability, shot placement, I'm going to go with the shotgun because it has a spread and you're more likely to hit the target in if you're disorientated, much easier to hit the target. Maneuverability, I'm probably going to have to go with the pistol, although if you find a small shotgun or one with a folding stock, it can be just as maneuverable as a pistol. So now that we've talked about those things, let's talk about let's talk about ease of use. So if it's a home defense weapon, I think it's important that any other adult in the house knows how to handle that firearm, because what if you're away and say your wife or your kids, that are of legal age to shoot guns, what if they're at home when the burglar comes in? They need to know how to use the firearm. So I would go with ease of use, shotgun again, because pistols are easy to use, but if someone that's not trained picks one up, they might not know how to work with it, especially if there's no round in the chamber. They would have to figure out how to rack the slide, put a round in the chamber, take the safety on or off, shoot the gun, etc. Versus a shotgun, if the safety's off, all they have to do is, either pump it, or if there's already one in the chamber, they just pull the trigger. So I'm giving the ease of use to the shotgun. So that's another point for the shotgun because not only that, if someone's never shot a pistol before, it might be incredibly hard for them to hit the target with. Whereas a shotgun, you just point it in the general direction of the target and you're going to hit usually. So another point to the shotgun for ease of use and hitting the target much easier. Okay, now let's talk about one more aspect. This is kind of with the training, same thing with the training. How likely are you to train with it? That's another big topic. If this is your home defense weapon, you should train with it often. I honestly, most likely, will probably train with pistols, especially my shield, much more often than I will with shotguns. I love shooting shotguns. I think they're awesome. But the fact of the matter is, I will probably shoot a pistol way more times in a year training with the pistol than I will with the shotgun. So you have to take that into account. Is the weapon that you're using for home defense, are you proficient in using it? Do you train with it often? That's another thing you have to take into account. So with all these things that we've talked about, I can't say yes or no if it's the best weapon. Is the shotgun the best home defense weapon? It's basically up to you. You have to figure out what you think would be best for you and your family. You have to try all the different options out and see, is the shotgun or the pistol or even a rifle the best option. And in my opinion, so this is just my opinion. You can disagree with me or not. My opinion is I carry the shield every day as my concealed carry. I always keep it loaded and available at all times. But I also keep this thing loaded with me most of the time. Not when I'm out of the house, obviously. But if I'm being 100% completely honest with you guys, I don't think anything can beat this for home defense. I mean, if you get proficient at reloading it, shooting it, manipulating the safety and the pump action, then you're good to go. I mean, if you load this thing up with double odd buck, and I mean, you can even use birdshot, to be honest, and that would, believe it or not, birdshot, especially close distance, will definitely do lots of damage. Don't even double guess that, because the truth of the matter is, even if you're using cheap birdshot for self-defense, that's going to leave a hole, most likely in somebody. If not, it will damage them greatly. So what I'm saying is, you can't go wrong with either one of these options, pistol or shotgun. But if I had to choose just one for home defense, not talking about concealed carry, but just purely home defense, like if I'm only looking for a weapon for home defense, I would 100% go with the shotgun, 12 gauge shotgun. You know, you get the right ammo in these 12 gauge shotguns, you get proficient in training with them. I would feel very comfortable, protecting my house with the 12 gauge shotgun. And like I said, ammo is cheap, you can practice with them a lot, and it's pretty hard to miss a target when you were using a 12 gauge shotgun with ammo that spreads. So this is just my opinion, my talk on the 12 gauge shotgun for home defense. If you have any other opinion, go ahead and leave it in the comments section, and then we can talk about that. And that's basically it, guys. Go ahead and check out different shotguns, some good ones just off the top of my head. Obviously, Mossberg series, that's what I have here. You know, you have the Remington shotguns, you have the there's so many different shotguns that you can go choose from. You have the Ithacas, a really good shotgun company that I definitely would recommend checking out. They're a little more expensive, but it's called Benelli. Benelli makes a great shotgun. They make semi-automatic, they make pump shotguns, etc. Another one, I'll just throw it out here. I'm not promoting any of these companies, but the Kel-Tec KSG is an amazing shotgun. That one, it has kind of a bullpup design, and it doesn't even really look like a shotgun, but they're really good because they're short and they can hold lots of shells. This shotgun, on the other hand, only holds about 6 or 7 shells, whereas the Kel-Tec KSG, I'm not sure, I know it's like 12 plus, and the really big KSGs can hold like 26 shells. It's crazy. And they're really good for home defense, the original KSG, because it's really small and you can maneuver it really well. Anyways, guys, and the shotgun is very versatile. You can shoot birdshot, which is a bunch of little BBs that spread. You can shoot buckshot, which are bigger BBs that spreads. You can shoot slugs, which is just basically a big giant metal slug bullet, that'll go through a car like butter. So it's a very versatile weapon, very durable weapon. And the good thing is nowadays most of the shotguns, both semi-autos and pump, are very reliable, which cannot be said the same about pistols. A lot of semi-automatic handguns on the market aren't very reliable. The Shield, Smith & Wesson Shield, is definitely reliable, but that's just because I tested it a lot. Just because you buy a reliable gun does not mean, or just because you buy a gun from a reliable company doesn't mean it's a reliable gun. I'm looking at you have to do the test on yourself. You have to do the test yourself to see if the gun's reliable. Put 500 rounds through the gun, see if it jams or malfunctions. You have to do the test. Don't take everybody else's word for it, because it's up to you to protect your family and your life. So don't just say, "Oh, I bought a Smith & Wesson, it's not going to jam." That's not true. Test it out yourself. This video is a lot longer than I thought it would be. I hope it's not been too boring for you guys. But that's about it, and I will like I said, I think, to be honest, this is the best home defense weapon, a shotgun, 12 gauge shotgun. If you don't agree with me, leave a comment in the section. Again, this is my opinion, but I feel 100% confident defending my house, my living space with this. I would feel 100% confident with it. Anyways, that's it, and I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you guys next week. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, and I put out at least one new video every week. So first of all, subscribe to my channel, and then you can get all the notifications every week when I put out a new video. Have a great one. I'll see you guys later.